Alright, hi everyone. So it's been a while since I've done a video about backpacking, and that's because I've been pretty busy with helping out friends move and also two weddings. I may actually post a video with some photos from the wedding. So regardless, I want to do a video here that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while, and it's because I want to really kind of think about what was done and really see the benefits of using a certain stove that I said I probably will never use just because I didn't see much benefit in it. But my last trip to the Chicamis camp and Singing Pass camp kind of made me think again, and that stove would be the Squall. Alright, it's very similar to the Pocket Rocket, and after this video, please leave a comment on this video to let me know what you think about this stove for what you've seen in a previous video, and also what I'm going to be showing you guys today in terms of weight and efficiency of the stove. I want to know how close this is to, let's say, a Pocket Rocket, and that would be great because I do not have a Pocket Rocket to compare this to, because again, I generally don't like using canister stoves. I like using alcohol stoves, or the extreme, my white gas stoves, which my Coleman Apex, the MSR Whisperlight. So I kind of go the extremes. I kind of don't do in between. That's what I think of these guys. And I love my wood stove too. Alright, so basically I have a scale here, and I would like to weigh out the differences of the systems, because the girls use this while I used this. And the reason why I'm saying I may change my mind to start using one of these is if I'm not with Janice, who does not want to wait for her meals to be cooked, I'll carry this because it's a lot lighter than the white gas stoves. Alright, and this is my alcohol stove, as you guys know. It takes a lot longer to cook. The girls were always eating, and I'd probably be waiting twice as long to make my meals. That being said, I don't mind waiting. So, beer can stove comes in at 0.9 of an ounce. That's basically 27 grams. The simmer unit, 24 grams. Okay, 24 grams is 0.85 ounce. And of course, in my simmer stove, that includes the tube and everything that I need to make it work. So total, which is weird, sometimes total weights don't work out. Showing 0.18 ounce, which is 51 grams. Okay, 51 grams for the stove. Okay, the combination of it. And now we'll do this guy. Put it back in the container, because that's, after all, how we would carry it. Why measure something and exclude what you will be carrying? 138 grams, which comes out to 4.9 ounces. Alright, so weight savings, ballpark of at least 85, actually more like 90 grams. Okay, so we're saving quite a bit of weight there. Size wise, yeah, we're saving some weight too. Alright, so for that same trip that you guys can see on my YouTube, I brought along these two field cans. This is a 4-ounce bottle, which is only about half used. That's all I use for simmering. Alright, so I should have filled it back up, but I didn't. I'm sorry. This guy, he's complete, topped off again. It's way too much fuel to bring for what I was doing, but I brought more because I wasn't sure how fuel efficient this stove would be, and so I was a little concerned of not having enough fuel. Otherwise, I would have brought something half this size, and it's oval shape, so it packs better, and it would have been an 8-ounce bottle. This is 500 milliliters, which is basically 16 ounces. It's completely full. It's weighing in at 446 grams, which is basically 15.7 ounce. Okay, and yes, I'm also including the small little cap here, which is changing it only by like 0.05. Okay, but count it because I use this to measure. So I really only used probably about 175 milliliters. Let's ballpark about 250. Okay, and this guy, remember, he's only half full right now. Okay, he weighs in at 2.5 ounce, which is 71 grams. Okay, and really, I normally would have just brought this little guy, which is much smaller. I think he's, yeah, this is just a 2-ounce bottle, this is a 4-ounce bottle. So again, I overcarried, alright? But those are the weights. So, sorry, before I move on to this guy, I should clearly define that for my backpacking, I usually only need about 30 milliliters to boil 2 cups of water. Sometimes I'll go more if it's colder, kind of like if you look at my older videos I did during the before spring or winter and late fall. I'll use 35 milliliters because I need a little bit more to help the stove be able to blossom, right? But for that camping trip, I only used 30 milliliters to boil, and it would keep a rolling boil for, you know, a little bit longer, which is nice. And then I would simmer with this guy. Okay, it's really important to identify that I use 30 milliliters. So the girls using this stove, right, sorry, forgot to mention, this is why I should maybe write out a script next time. Using the 175 milliliters, which I said just pretend I used half of it, 250, because I used this guy too, but I just carried in a different bottle, okay? I cooked about 5 meals, possibly even 6, I don't 100% remember. My meals consist of the Knorr's package, kind of like the Lipton Sidekicks, where you boil 2 cups of water, you make it roll and boil, you dump in your contents, and then you simmer it for a good, 10 minutes or so. I'm generally simmering probably for about 15 minutes or so, because this is obviously less powerful than how you can control a simmer on this guy, okay? But that being said, that's all the fuel, just 2 ounces of fuel that I use for simmering at least 5 meals, okay? The reason I'm saying maybe 6 is because I know I boiled a little bit of water here and there to drink some hot tea and so on. I kind of forgot, but again, I know for a trip like that, just for the 4 days, the 8-ounce bottle is more than enough. This is a 16-ounce bottle, okay? So, onto this stove. Now we can do it. The girls cooked 6 meals. First meal was Indian curry, where they had to boil 2 cups of water and just let it simmer, so it's in one of those pouch bags that you just have to heat up the food and then you eat it. Second meal was just coffee, so they boiled just 1 cup of water. It says 1 cup of water, but I think they might have had more, but we'll say 1 cup of water. So, Saturday dinner, again, they cooked some Indian food, same thing in the pouch bag, so boil up, 2 cups of water, and then they put it in and they turned it down to a simmer, so that's quite a bit of fuel. On a Saturday night, they made Knorr's Sidekick, kind of like what I make, plus another 500 milliliters, so 2 cups of water for drinking and stuff, and of course they had to simmer. Sunday morning, they boiled 2.5 cups of water for drinking, and then they also made a Knorr's creamy chicken pasta rice, where they had to boil and simmer again. So that's a good 6 meals right there. You could say 5, but I'm going to say 6 because the one time they just made the 1 cup of water for coffee and tea, I'm pretty sure they made more than that. If not, they're not going to be like me where I'll simmer it for just enough and turn it off. It would have, the stove was left on quite a few times. So, moment of truth for me. Turn this on. Autoed off on me. Come on. This one's a new can, okay? Fuel weight at this can is 230 grams, right? 230 grams. The can itself weighs 380. So, 380 grams. Oh, not too bad, I guess. So 150 grams would be the weight of the steel can. Alright, so anyways, this is 380 grams. This is the canister that they used to cook, and I have not used it yet. Doesn't feel bad. Feels like there's more than half, okay? And this is why I said I may be changing my opinion on which stove I'll be using depending on what needs to be done. Wow. Alright guys, so that's showing 295 grams. That's pretty cool. 296 grams. 296. Okay, I will say 295, 1 gram less. So that's basically 85 grams for 6 meals. If we do a ballpark, pardon me here guys, I'm just gonna quiet that. If we ballpark 15 grams per meal, that is not bad. That's 15 grams to boil 2 cups of water and do simmering per meal. And I still have a lot of fuel left in this right now, because that's a 230 grams. So I'm good to go quite a few more times with just the 1 can. And I can see why some of you guys used a very small, you know, half height 227 gram canister that only holds maybe 130, 150 grams of fuel. I can definitely see why you guys do that now. So that's to me, that seems very, very fuel efficient. 15 grams of fuel per meal. That's pretty good. But at the same time, I still see the major, you know, weight savings I have here. Because if I cut that to 8 ounce, so 300 from 450. What is it? Sorry, I'll ballpark 450. It's lighter than that. Down to 225 grams. 225 grams. Plus the 51 grams, so we'll say 300 grams, okay, since I'm ballparking stuff. And this is overkill, okay, that was 71, so at 370 grams versus you can 250 grams. So I shedded 200 grams to go the alcohol way. With what's remaining in this, it's still 434 grams. So this is a lighter system, guys. You have to wait longer to boil your meals and cook your meals, but this is actually very, very convenient too. It's not too bad, and I can shave off some weight by going to a smaller canister. So that's pretty good to know. That way I'll know how to possibly convince Janice in the future if we need to shave some weight. And also we did use the remote line, so I want to give that a try. How heavy that is. It's 143 grams because we were using that to help simmer, because it's got the nice little control here. It's the Monatauk remote line. So anyways guys, leave me a comment what you think about these things. You know, please let me know what you think about this stove, and is the Pocket Rocket as fuel efficient? 15 grams per meal, meaning consisting of boiling 2 cups of water and doing some simmering. And the weight of the Pocket Rocket, I can probably look that up, it's probably lighter than this guy. And yeah, so that was the video that I was hoping to do for you guys, and also for myself, because I was really curious to know the fuel efficiency of the stove, and that's really not bad at all. I guess I just need to stress the reason why I personally don't like using a canister is these canisters are technically not recyclable. Some shops will take it, but what they do with it, I don't know. And that's why I like to use the alcohol stoves, or the wood stove, and of course white gas, because, well, you just refill the canister and off you go again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave your comments, alright? See you guys later. Bye.